Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See my title below, this is on episode 5 of Bloodivores, and I know I've been saying that I haven't really cared for these last few episodes, mostly because of just how the plot is going right now and how there's literally so many questions left up in the air, none of them being answered and more being thrown at us. The plot is literally all over the place and I don't really know what is going on. But there have been some things here and there that still continue to push me to watch it and get me a little interested. This episode, even though we still have so many questions, we still don't know where the whole main plot is going from here. It's literally all over the place. This episode, in my opinion, was still like 10 times better than the last two. We got some information on Bloodivores. We got a new kind of enemy appearing, that this guy named Liu Yao, who's like a super badass dude, like super strong. He's like the #1 strongest Bloodivore, according to what that one Bloodivore said. And we get some info on Mi Tenju, Milu's father, and pretty much seeing some of the things connecting. For example, the scar that he has in his arm, Milu has on his arm when his father grabbed him and burned his arm, was actually implanting some type of device, like something called Sapphire. And we see that in this episode, it's like a information terminal of some sorts, where has an AI come up and literally has a whole database full of whatever you want to ask. And we learn a little bit about some of the events, for example, how the whole Bloodivore thing started and how it was pretty much a pill to cure insomnia and stuff. And then 2 years later, when people have been using it so much, use it a lot, they ended up mutating into Bloodivores, and that's how that happened. It started in Aoka, to which of course they decided to quarantine the area so it wouldn't get out, and that quarantine became an extermination, to which Aodi was literally bombed using a weapon of mass destruction, then pretty much destroying it and renaming it to Aodi, to which we know of now. And the thing is, when we hear about Mi Tenju talking to this council of some sorts, I'm not too sure who they really are, but these are the guys in charge. Pretty much they're wondering, why did Mi Tenju give the Sapphire to Milu? To which, of course, he did that just before he was put in the prison cell, just before the whole thing of him being, he's going to be on death row kind of thing. So that means, this whole mess is a space-time continuum kind of thing. That's why it's called space-time, prisoner. And when they were in that building, it says it's like several years in the future kind of thing. Like, this building was finished in 2 years, and then after, it looks like it's been run down for like a super long time. So that really shows that he's somewhere in time. But they said in, we already know this isn't Aodi, obviously, and the council guys was like, we just had a signal come out of the Sapphire appearing in Aodi, which means that obviously, that place is like a space-time, I'm not too sure, maybe the weapon of mass destruction destroyed the area, creating some type of space-time continuum portal or something. I don't know, space and time and all that kind of stuff. It's always super it's just such a headache a lot of the times, and it literally can make or break a story. And right now at this moment, it's still super confusing, but you do see that the Sapphire was given by Mi Tenju against the council's wishes. It has a whole bunch of data, but they made it seem like it was super important and super valuable and cannot just be given to one person. So there's got to be maybe something more to it. And we do see at the end some blue mystical woman coming towards him. Not too sure who it is, but I have a little inkling on the possibility of who it might be. So first off, Mi Tenju gave it to him. He has some type of plan. He was also ready. He had a whole bunch of soldiers ready to attack, the council. I'm not too sure if they try to stop him or, do something they try to figure out why he was doing this. He has some type of plan. I'm not too sure what the plan is, but it still shows that he may be, watching over and caring about Milu, and that's why he gave him the Sapphire, because he's, to protect him or of some sorts. I'm really confused fully on the whole thing, but it may be that the council framed Milu to send them there because they don't really like the Bloodivores or something like that. I'm not too sure. And Mi Tenju gives him the Sapphire for that reasoning. But I don't know. It's still really cloudy because we don't really get the full information on what Mi Tenju's plan really is. And from what, like, I forgot, I just, like, completely went off on what I was going to say. But who I think is that blue glowing woman at the end, I think that's Milu's mother. Because she's disappeared. Mi Tenju said she's gone now. Like, oh, did you see your mother? I'm not too sure if that, maybe that I am wrong. But there's a high chance, a high possibility that is his mother because she disappeared. We do not know where she is at all. So it's a high chance that maybe they created that Sapphire and she is somehow, like, changed herself or something. And that now she's there to help and protect her son. I'm not too sure. I could be completely wrong. I'm not too sure who the hell this woman is, but that is who I think it might be. And if it is, that would be pretty crazy, you know? So there's that whole thing going on. Obviously, it was pretty interesting in my opinion. We got a lot of information, like I said, for the whole Mi Tenju thing. Then we also have this new kind of super strong Bloodivore, the number one Bloodivore, being shown in the beginning. Well, not really the beginning, but throughout the episode when Chen Fong walks through, he finds him, explains everything that happens. He just woke up then for which is kind of crazy. I don't know how he managed to sleep through that whole thing, but I guess they gave him more tranquilizers and stuff like that. But he ends up being able to just destroy literally all of those monsters, just like none of them have a chance. And, you know, we learned that he's like the number one Bloodivore, literally the most dangerous Bloodivore in the world kind of thing. I don't know where this guy gets his powers. I'm guessing it's kind of like, you know, Milu's gravity kind of power, or the other guy's power to, like, move things with his mind, telepathic. So he has, like, I don't know, super strength, I guess. I'm not fully sure on that part. But when he woke up, when he was trying to, the first thing he said is, where is Mi Tenju? And Mi Tenju was talking about someone will be going to Milu. So that may be him. Liu Yao may be going to try and find Milu, and there might be a huge confrontation where the Sapphire does something. I'm not too sure what it does, but it may be the only way to defeat this enemy, to defeat Liu Yao. All the other guys are super happy, thinking, yeah, you saved us, we'll follow you, kind of thing, you know. But that guy doesn't give a crap about any of you. He even said, oh, I should have saved the grenade for them, you know, like, oh, okay, yeah, stay away from that guy. But the crazy thing is, too, another crazy thing that we were shown there was that Li Shin, of course, we were, you know, wondering what happened to him. He's still alive. He throws his blades at him. He's a mercenary. We know that already. So he may have, you know, Liu Yao as a target or something like that. So we may see, from the preview, it looks like we will be having a battle between them. But it looks like Li Shin's on the back end of that. So I'm not too sure how that battle will go. But it'd be pretty crazy to see super strong guy that could just beat monsters down with his fist. And then the only other guy that was able to fight these monsters with, you know, a bunch of cool swords and stuff like that, kind of weapons. It'll be pretty cool to see how that action kind of fight will go. Because so far, it's just been gunfire and gravity kind of thing fighting these monsters. So it'll be pretty cool to see two, like, powered up, you know, Bloodivores going at it against each other. Then, of course, the other thing is obviously at the very, you know, besides the whole, you know, woman coming in, before that happens, we see that Milu is an idiot and doesn't listen to the information he literally just read. It just so happens for, I guess, you know, he is the child of hope kind of thing, and one of his blood is special that it has some restorative and tranquilizing kind of effects on people. So he ends up trying to give his blood to Anji to save her. Makes sense. But you forgot. It may put them into a frenzy. And he remembers that after. She jumps on him, starts biting him, sucking up all his blood till he just, like, knocks out unconscious, I guess. And then, of course, we see him later on the ground. Anji's on the ground as well. So I'm guessing she's okay. I'm not too sure about Milu. He's probably fine, but probably, like, lost a lot of blood. And then, of course, at the very end was, you know, that woman, digital blue woman or whatever she is, touching his face. And then that was the end of the episode. So overall, in my opinion, this episode was definitely, I would say, definitely a lot better than the last two. The last two, honestly, I didn't care for it too much. It just kind of went all over the place. This one went finally, this one, sure, there's still some questions left over, but we finally gained some things going. We're finally getting some of that plot. We're finally getting some things, some questions answered. And honestly, it's getting pretty interesting. I will admit, it's getting pretty interesting. Sure, the story is and the plot is still all over the place, and like I'm not too sure on what's going to happen next, but it's definitely enough to at least let me keep wanting to try and continue. Because before this episode, I said I would try to. I gotta push myself to watch this. You know, after this episode, it's definitely piqued my interest to continue watching it more. So hopefully the next episode will be even better, and it'll be, you know, like a kind of an upward thing going where it gets better and better and better. Hopefully that's how it is. As our questions get answered, hopefully it gets a lot more interesting, a lot more better, and the plot will finally learn what's going on, you know? But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. There's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And yeah, until next time, guys. See ya.